Good morning and afternoon, depending on where you are located. I'm Diponker Mukherjee, DBE Program Manager of ODOT. I have with me my colleagues, Christie Meacham and Joe Hanseling, who are also going to present later. We are going to highlight various aspects of our DBE program, goal setting, and crediting processes, and opportunities for your participation. ODOT has established a statewide annual DBE goal of 23.43% for FY 2023 through 2025. We set this triennial goal every 3 years. All DBE commitments on federally funded contracts are counted towards this goal. So there are opportunities for DBEs. Next slide, please. We need a disparity study to set the annual goal. ODOT is committed to follow through the recommendations from the disparity study, which include assigning higher contract goals, engaging in additional measures, and addressing barriers to do business with ODOT, providing technical and financial assistance and training. Our intent is to assign a reasonable and achievable DBE goal to every project and welcome your participation in various types of work areas or niche codes. Next, please. We have different goal setting processes for A&E projects, which are architectural and engineering, and construction projects. For A&E projects, ODOT establishes goals using number of disciplines or major work areas and DBE availability, while we calculate DBE goals for construction projects using cost estimate, work areas, and DBE availability. It means certified DBEs will have variety of opportunities to participate in ODOT projects. Next slide, please. There are major changes in DBE rules recently announced by US DOT effective May 9, which COVID just mentioned. These are some changes that will impact on DBE crediting. If a DBE firm is bought out by a non-DBE in the middle of a project, no DBE credit will continue. We have a new 40% credit for distributor for drop shipment. And for a design build project, proposer needs to submit an open-ended performance plan that's called OEPP to tell us how to be responsive to the design and construction goals. For OEPP, no need to submit the committed DBE breakdown at the beginning. Contractor can bring DBE participation throughout the project. Good faith efforts will be monitored throughout that contract. Thank you. I am now handing over to Joe Hanseling.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to Diponker for starting us off here. So my name is Joe Hanseling. I work with Omar Alvarado, who hosted the meeting at the top as a small business programs navigator here in the Office of Equity and Civil Rights. And what Omar and I do is we are a resource for businesses that are looking to work with ODOT, need information about how to work with ODOT, are looking to connect to primes or anything like that. So a lot of the questions in the chat, Omar and I have been like the point of contact for that. We will be the person that you can start talking to. We realize that ODOT is a large agency, so finding out the person that you're looking for to answer your question can be difficult. So you can always just connect to Omar and I directly, and we can support that. We also go to all the outreach and engagement events that ODOT is attending, supporting, sponsoring around the state of Oregon. We administer some advisory committees. We support the delivery of training. And then our big thing is we try to recruit new firms that could be eligible to be certified by COVID, which Jeremy Johnson talked about COVID certification at the top of this meeting. And we really try to get more firms in that pipeline to get certified so they can work with ODOT in our programs like the DBE program, which Diponker is talking about, and he's the program manager for. I'm probably talking too fast for the interpreter. I apologize. Next slide. So this slide has a lot of information on it. You, as a small business, live in the middle. You have a business, and we are trying to support you in being successful in making money. So ODOT is us, me, Diponker, Omar, everyone on this call, and we can support you, and we can also connect you to a large array of other supportive services. So you can get training on Oregon buys. You can get certified through COVID. The Secretary of State's office has resources. The Small Business Administration has resources. Apex is one that we refer a lot of folks to that can help with bidding, getting training on how to solicit projects. There's the SBDCs, and then we also sponsor the Mentor Protege program with the Port of Portland. And then finally, there's technical assistance providers. So all those folks down there in the corner, we work with all of these groups to make your business successful. So if you need anything, please reach out to Omar and I, and we can help connect you to either within ODOT resources or external resources that we work with. Thank you. Next slide.
Start over. Good morning. My name is Christie Meacham. I work for Oregon Department of Transportation, and one of our great needs is workforce development. We have programs to address our needs that provide career opportunities, develop a skilled workforce, increase workforce diversity, and support construction industry development needs. We do this through apprenticeship programs, and
This is the Spanish interpreter. Sorry about the interruption, but would you please slow down a tad?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So January 2024, a new law was implemented in the state of Oregon that most public works projects over $3 million and more will have an apprenticeship goal. So this contractors must be registered training agents to use apprentices, and an outreach plan is required, which you will find in your contract documentation, your bid docs, and along with a final report that will be due on the utilization of apprentices. There will be no incentive or training reimbursements on the 12% projects, and the disincentive is paid at $15 per hour. The 12% will go up January 2027 to 15%. The 12%, again, the 12% apprenticeship goals can only be achieved by training agents. Contractors need to be registered with the Oregon Bully, and they can find the information for how to become training agents at the Bully website. And this is how you will get your credit for the ODOT projects. This presentation was provided by Diponker, Joe, and myself. If you need to take a look at and write down the phone numbers or the contact information, and thank you for your time.